Hello everyone, this is Dikshita Kambri and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to see Git and GitHub. So if you are a beginner and you don't have any knowledge about Git, so in this video we will see some of the basic Git commands and the Git setup, etc. So just pay attention for next 15 to 20 minutes and I'm sure you will get a basic understanding of Git. So first of all, let me tell you what we are going to see in the Git and GitHub video, like this video. So first we'll see how you can set up Git on your system. Then we'll see how you can create GitHub account and how you can create online repositories. Then we'll see some basic Git commands. Okay. So this will be the flow of this will be the flow. So let's start. This is my blog. I have written on Git and GitHub, so you can refer these basic terms and basic Git commands from here also. So let's start with what is Git. So Git is a popular version control software. Okay. So you might be having doubt what is version control. So software tools that enable the management of changes to our source code. Okay, so let's consider you are creating one project on your system. You also want to store that project in an online repository. So whatever changes you are going to make in your offline folder should reflect in your online repository as well. So to do that, we use a software tool which is and Git is one of that software version control tool. So now we'll see what is GitHub. So GitHub is a provider of internet hosting for software development and version control using Git. So in simpler words, we can say that GitHub is a provider of online repositories. And next, after some time, we'll see how you can create account on GitHub and how you can create online repositories on the GitHub. So now we'll see how you can set up Git on your computer. So from the first step, you can see that you need to visit this link gitscm.com, and so when you visit that link, you will see a web page like this. Okay. So once you visit this website, you can download the latest release of Git from here by clicking download for Windows, or you can click over here downloads option, and it will redirect to this page where you can select the system, that is Windows, Mac OS, Linux, etc. And after selecting, you can download the latest release of the Git. So just click on this button, download for Windows or Linux or whatever your system may be. So your download will start. So I have already installed it on my system, so I will not install it again. So I will just cancel it. And once it get download, just open that exe file and install the Git on your system. The installation process is pretty much similar as like other softwares you install on your system. Okay, so now we'll see the next part. So once your installation process finishes, what you can do is open your command prompt, and inside command prompt type git dash dash version. So mine is 2.33.0, which is the latest release. So make sure you install the right version, and you can check it that version using git dash dash version command. So once you install that, we'll move towards the step 3. So in step 3, we have given that you can use GUI tools like GitHub Desktop. So in GitHub Desktop, you don't need to run any command. It will be like a GUI tool. So for that, you can just visit this website or just search in browser GitHub Desktop. So just click on first link and you will be redirected to the GitHub desktop page. So you can download the GitHub desktop from here. So in GitHub desktop, you can perform operations like git pull, push, but without running any command. So you don't need to remember any git commands. But in my opinion, as a developer or as a programmer, you should know the basic git commands, and command line tool is much faster as compared to GUI. So I preferred the command line tools over the GUI. So that's why I'm going to explain more about the command line instead of the GUI tools. So the next step is configuration. Okay, so we'll see configuration a bit later, because first of all we need to you need to create account on GitHub, and you should have your email and the username with you in order to configure Git on your system. So first we'll see online Git repositories and how you can create account on GitHub. So uh, we'll move towards the next section, which is online Git repository. So as you can see here, there are several online Git repository providers. As I've already told you, GitHub is one of the online Git repository provider, and Bitbucket is also there, but GitHub is more popular. And so I'm going to explain more about GitHub. Okay. So here we'll see how to set GitHub. So first you need to visit this link, github.com. So once you visit that link, you will see a page like this. So here you can click on sign up, or just put your email address over here and sign up for GitHub. So once you sign up and create account on GitHub, it will redirect to page like this. Okay, so you will observe a page like this. uh, so you will observe a page like this, not like this, because I have customized my profile with adding this readme file, etc. But all other things will be same. You will see this repository, projects and package section. So after creating account, in order to create online repositories, just click on this repository section, then click on new, this green new button, and it will redirect you to this page where you can create your new repository. So just give any name to your new repository, like I'm giving here git demo. So just GitHub demo. Okay, so you can add description here, you can keep it public or private as per your need. Then you can initialize readme file. You can initialize your repository with readme or other files. I'm going to keep it private since I'm just giving this creating it for demo. Then just hit on create repository button. So once so your repository, online repository has created, and once you create any online repository, GitHub automatically provides this documentation of basic Git commands. So with the help of these commands, you can perform various operations like adding file to staging area, pushing those files to in the online repository, etc. So I'm going to explain all these commands to you after some time. So, as I told you in the first section, where I skipped the Git configuration part, because we don't have user email and username with us, because we haven't created account on the GitHub. Okay, so now you have account created account on GitHub, and you have username and email with you, so we can configure Git. So again go back to command prompt, and in there type git config dash dash global user dot name, and inside quotes type your username, which is you can observe here from in the GitHub. This is your username, you will find this here. uh, so here is new repository. and you will observe your username here. So mine is Dikshita Kamri, so I will just put here Dikshita, so it's Dikshita Kamri, and complete double quotes and hit enter. Okay, so we have configured our username. Now we'll configure our user email. So instead of user.name, just change it here user email, and then remove the double quotes and the username, and type here your email address. So mine is Dikshita Kambi18 @gmail.com, and hit enter. So we have configured our username as well as user email. So we are done with two sections. First is we set up Git on our system, that is we installed it on our system. Then we check the latest version, whether we have installed the right version or not. We configured the Git on our system. We created our account on GitHub, and we created online repository as well. So next we'll see the basic Git commands. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to create one folder in our system. So just go to any convenient place on your system. So I will be creating a new folder in on a desktop. So create new folder. I'll be giving it a name as Git demo, and hit enter. So next, just move on to that folder. Open that folder and type command prompt. Okay, so just close this window. So open that open command prompt, or what you can do is you can just right click on that folder and you can open git bash here. So the git bash works same as that of command prompt. Okay, okay, so you can run all these commands over here as well, or you can just open command prompt. Now we'll open that folder in the Visual Studio Code. You can use any editor, and just I have created one file over here which is index.py. It may add some content in it, so I will print hello world. Okay, so and just save it. Now first command which we are going to see is git init. So what this command does is, as you can see, it initialized empty git repository, and this is a folder path. So it initializes our folder which is git demo folder as a git repository. So this is the first command one should run every time we create a new folder, or we want to make the git repository. Then next command which we are going to use is git remote add origin. So this is our local repository, and we want to add all whatever changes, whatever files which we are going to add in this local repository should be reflected into our online repository as well. So we need to connect, or we need to link this repository. So to do that, we are going to use this command which is git remote add origin, and then go to your online repository which we have created sometime before. So go to your repository and you will find the repository path here. Just copy this path, or you can see this command over here as well. So you can copy this command, or just follow with me and copy this path and paste that path just after origin and hit enter. So now we have linked the local repository and online repository. That is, we have added the origin of online repository to our local repository. So now we'll add the file which is the index.py file to staging area. So to do that, we are going to use this command git add dot. Okay. So let's check the status of our folder. So type this command git status, and it will show that changes to be committed and new file index.py. So let's create one more file. Let me rename it as index2.py, and I will type print hello again and save it. And now if we check the status of our folder, git status, what it is showing, it is showing changes to be committed, new file index.py, and the file we have just created, which is untracked file index2.py. Why it is showing that it is untracked file? We haven't added the index2.py file into staging area, that's why it is showing untracked file. So let's add this file into our staging area. Initially, to add the file, I use the command git add dot. So git add dot is command is used when you want to add all the files from your uh, folder to staging area. So let's suppose we have 10 or 9 files into our folder. We can so to add all the files we use dot command, or sorry, dot git add dot, or you can if you have only single or two or more files, you can just type git add and file name index2.py and hit enter. So it has added index2.py file into staging area. So now again we'll check the status of our folder. So now it is showing changes to be committed, new file index.py and index2.py. So this way we see initialization of repository. We have seen like how to add the remote origin of online repository to our local repository, how to add files to staging area, how to check the status of our folder. Okay, so now we'll see how you can push all these changes to our online repository. So before pushing these changes, we'll commit all those changes. So as it is showing changes to be committed, so we'll commit these changes. So for that we use this command git commit, and minus or dash m flag is used to add message for this commit. So let's say this is first commit, so I will type first commit and hit enter. So we have committed all these changes. As you can see, two files changed, two insertions, create mode. Okay, so now we'll push all these changes to our online repository. So let me show you the difference between git push and whatever other commands we have seen. So the commands which we have seen till now, all these changes are added to staging area only. So now if you go back to your repository and refresh it, you will not see any change in our repository. Now we are adding all these changes to our online repository. For that we are using git push dash u origin master, and once you hit enter, it will start pushing these two files from our git demo folder to the online repository, which is github demo. So it will take a few seconds to push all those changes. And once you push all these changes, just go back to your repository and again refresh the page, and now you can see these two files, which is index.py and index2.files in your online repository, which is github demo. And you can see commit over here. We have made first commit. Okay, so this commit. So this way we see all these commands, basic git commands. I'm going to show you two more commands of git, which is git clone. So git clone command is used to clone a repository, so or to download repository, in other words you can say that. So if you want to, so let's say your local repository get deleted by mistake or something, and you want to download your work again to your system. So what you can do is just click on this green code button and copy the path again, and use this command git clone and then enter that path and hit enter. So it will clone this folder inside the git demo folder. Since we have moved into git demo folder only, so it will download that folder in the git demo. So let's see we have downloaded it or not. So just move into that folder and you will observe a GitHub demo folder over here. You can download the repository of other people's also. Like you can download mine repository or any other people's repository as well to learn about it or to. So now that we have seen all these commands, that is you can see over git remote add origin, git init, git status, git add dot, then we committed all those changes, yes, we pushed all those changes, and we also clone a repository. Now the last thing which we are going to see is hide files. Okay, so now let's add one more file into the folder, which is index. Just I'm deleting this folder for now, git demo, otherwise it will get pushed again into the repository. Okay, so I'm deleting this folder. So now again I'm going to create one more file, index3.py. Okay, and I'm just adding hidden file. So now if we run the command git add dot, so it will add all these three files to staging area, and if we push all those changes, we all these three files will be you can see in this online repository. But if you want to hide this third file uh, from other people's, so what you can do is create one more file, which is dot git ignore, and inside that file type the name of that file which you want to hide, so index3.py, and save that file, git ignore file. And now we'll add all these files, so git add dot, then we'll commit all those changes, so commit dash m second commit, and then hit enter, and now we'll push the changes. So we have pushed all the changes. So now again if we refresh the page, we'll observe index.py, index2.py, and only .git ignore file. Okay, so we can't see the index3 dot file over here since we want to hide it. So this way you can hide the files uh, from people. So this was all about the basics of Git and GitHub. So I hope all of you have got some idea about Git and GitHub. You can if you don't get anything in one go, you can watch the video two or three times to get all these things, and I'm sure you will get everything after watching it. So if you like the video, do like the video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.